When I get new students, either in my training facility at home or online, one of the most frequent things I see is a weakness in their relationship with their dog and a weakness in behaviors. Now, I'm not saying the dogs don't love their handlers. Of course they do. What I'm referring to is a lack of a working relationship, of connection, of drive. Although it's really the working relationship that needs to be dealt with first, the weakness in the dog's understanding of behaviors, from a simple sit-stay to a contact behavior or weave behavior, stems from the fact that there's not been enough value added to the behaviors. There's been duration added to the behavior before there was only minimal understanding. If you want to create brilliant behaviors, you must create brilliant understanding and incredible value for the behaviors. Creating that brilliance doesn't happen by reducing the amount of value your dog has for behaviors before they even really understand them at all. Let's take a look at that lead out again. We've got a dog who has a rock solid stay, which has been built by tons and tons of rewards, as well as a dog who really understands how to drive his lines. Once again, tons of rewards. He turns correctly right when I turn my shoulder. That's been built by rewarding. And lastly, you can watch him as he drives down the dog walk and nails that ending without having to wait for me to catch up. This is my dog Groove, and what we're watching here is how well Groove understands my position. What you see here is what happens when you build huge value and understanding for the jump. You can see she has no questions. She knows exactly what my position means and my signals mean, and because of the huge value I've built, she powers through the behavior. The tricky bit here was to take the back side of that jump and then to keep the dog on my side while she drove between the tire and the red wing. This is an instance where I trusted the value I had built for my behaviors. I knew she would respond to my side cue, and I knew because of the consistency of my handling system, there was no way she would drop behind my back to take the wing jump. That made this much easier. And here you can see her waiting for me to catch up. We know she has a pretty darn good understanding for her A-frame. I take the difficulty out of this next sequence by trusting the value and understanding I've built for my dog walk. It makes my getting into serpentine position here much, much easier, and I create some really nice lines for him through those 3 obstacles. Because I'm not a very fast runner, I have to train behaviors to a high level. Had I not had as clear understanding for the end behavior on that dog walk with Keen, and if I had had to manage the end of that dog walk, it would have made the next part of the sequence very difficult for me. This next clip is just a good example of what building understanding can get you. As we watch Keen leave the ground at the second jump, you can see he's arcing into the turn towards me. You can see that as he lands, he's landing towards me, which creates a great turn. I can create this great turn because I've built a ton of value for my positions. Had I not taken the time and really built value for these, I wouldn't have the understanding I do.
Left, get in! T! Left, get in! Good boy.
When you start with clear behaviors, add tons of value and understanding to them, you can create brilliance.